Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Today, I am making a video on 10 prospects that could be on commit watch, that are currently on commit watch, and 10 guys that I think Notre Dame could land in the coming weeks and months. The first guy is Nuafe Tuhulimaka. Some think he's a silent. I'm not going to speculate if he is or if he is not, but I think he's pretty damn close to committing publicly, at least in Notre Dame. He has not visited campus yet, but ever since he landed that Notre Dame offer and decommitted from USC in late January, things have looked just so great for Notre Dame. The pics are in. On social media, you'll see it. The connection with Manti Te'o, he grew up loving Notre Dame because of Manti. Ryan Pullian and Marcus Freeman are doing a really good job in this recruitment. I could definitely see Nuafe committing to Notre Dame by the end of the month, if not in the next week or so after that. A guy that I don't think needs a visit also, just like Nuafe, is Xavier Bradshaw. He said he would like to visit every single one of his current offers. We'll see if that happens. But if Del Alexander gives him a committable offer and gives him the switch, I think he's going to flip it, and I think he would end up in Notre Dame's class. Speedy guy. I promise you he'll be ranked. This is kind of incredible that he's not ranked, but he's had a pretty good junior season so far. He's definitely shown his 4.4, 4.35, 4.45 speed as a junior in high school, and he has the NFL bloodlines. His dad is Ahmad Bradshaw. I'll also point out Ahmad Bradshaw went to Marshall. Just going to point that out there. I don't think Marshall does much there, though. But Holden Stays is another guy that Notre Dame fans need to really be on commit watch for. Since making this, picks have gone in for Notre Dame, so that Penn State is not there. In the Penn State, those picks were before he committed back in October. He decommitted in early February, picked up a Notre Dame offer a few days or maybe a week or so after he decommitted, and things are looking really good for the Irish here. They have some competition. North Carolina, Bama, Texas are wanting Holden Stays services, but I do think he's going to end up at Notre Dame. The Georgia to South Bend connection continues. Goes to a pro-ND school in the Westminster School. He reminds me a lot of Tommy Tremble. Dominant blocker. And I believe Tommy's also from the Atlanta area in Georgia. Next guy is Kevin or KJ Winston from DeMatha Catholic High School. This would be a big recruit to get due to his connection to some lower classmen at DeMatha Catholic. Would definitely help out in those recruitments. But KJ is a stud in himself, definitely underranked, undervalued. Has some pretty good offers as well. But at this current moment, Notre Dame leads. I'm confident in saying that, but I just don't know if he has a committable offer, as Notre Dame wants to see what happens with Jaden Mandigam and Jake Pope and Sherrod Koval. I'm not sure they'll be taking more than one or two safeties. I could definitely see them taking two, but let's say they currently have Jaden Mickey. Let's say Nikkei Martinez hops on board, and I land the duo of Jair Brown and Kamari Rogers. They're definitely not taking more than four corners, so they would probably only take one safety. But numbers are fluid as always, so don't mark that out. KJ Winston, if Chris O'Leary gives him the switch, I think he's committing without a visit. Now, DJ Leslak is a guy who will need a visit, and I think that visit could take place in the next 5 to 10 days with his good friend Tyson Ford. Tyson Ford committed to ND in late January without a visit, which was huge. He's looking very solid on that pledge. And DJ, I think if he does get at St. Louis with his friend Tyson, I do expect him to commit pretty much on the spot, or at least be a silent for a few days and then commit. 39 offers, has some big-time ones, but at this current moment, I'm really confident with Notre Dame landing him, and I could see him committing pretty much in the next few days, 5 to 10 days. It does depend, though, when he gets up to campus. Donovan Heinisch is a guy who has been on commit watch for a long time. I'm really not sure if he has a committable offer. That is puzzling to me because Notre Dame is really after Anthony Lucas, and then I'd say they're putting on a good bit of pressure on Caleb Artis. I do personally think Caleb Artis and Anthony Lucas are ahead of Donovan Heinisch when it comes to their totem pole. I definitely put Lucas at 1, and I think Mike Elson has Lucas at 1, but we'll see. I don't really expect them to take more than one defensive tackle. I think they're going to end up with Tavarua Tafidi at a Viper edge spot, and then maybe Ernest Cooper, maybe DJ Wesselak, most likely Wesselak, at one of the other edge spots. That would be Tyson Ford, Gobiara, let's say Tafidi, and we'll say Wesselak. I don't think they're taking more than 5 D linemen. I think that would most likely be Heinisch, but we'll see. I do think Notre Dame leads, though, in Heinisch's and Artis's recruitment. Dallin Hayden, this was a little bit of a surprise pick. It's definitely a two-man race at this point between Ohio State and Notre Dame. Right now, I think he's pretty much 50-50 on them. It really depends, though. Let's say Hayden commits. He does have some officials in June, and I do think he will commit sooner than Nicholas Singleton, the other elite running back that is high on Notre Dame. If Hayden does end up pulling the trigger to, let's say, Ohio State in early June, I think Singleton would come on down to the South Bend. I like Singleton a little bit more. It's really close for me, but I think Singleton just has that Christian McCaffrey edge to him, the speed, the elusiveness. Can catch the ball out of the backfield at an elite level, at a Division I level already. Hayden, super talented, might even be a little bit better of just a pure up-the-gut runner. He's a little bit bigger than Singleton, but both are super, super good talents, and Notre Dame would be thrilled with either of them to go along with Jadarian Price. Billy Scrouth, I would have had this list. I would have had him on this list since probably last October or September. Still confident with Notre Dame, very confident with Notre Dame. We will see what happens, though. It is a little bit concerning that it's been this long and he's taken, I believe, 1 visit to Notre Dame, maybe 2, last fall, or 2 falls ago. But we'll see. Just a guy to watch out for. The only thing that would really scare me at this point is if picks just fly over to the Badgers. That would get me a little bit scared, but I'm really, really solid on Scrouth ending up in this class. I don't think there's too much that could sway him from Notre Dame when he makes his decision. Now, Jaylen Sneed is a guy who I was hesitant to include when I was making this list maybe 3-4 days ago. But as of yesterday, he will be taking a self-guided tour to Notre Dame on Sunday and on Monday of this weekend. I'm making this the 20th. He will be in South Bend on the 21st and the 22nd. That definitely helps Notre Dame. His coach is a longtime friend of Marcus Freeman, and I could really see him pulling the trigger in the next week. I am really confident in saying that. I don't think there's enough hype about this kid. I'm not huge on his game. I don't think he deserves to be ranked in the top 80. I'll be completely honest. I just haven't seen the film to back that. But Marcus Freeman, he knows what he's doing better than me. And even if they're ranked this high, there is some valuable reasons to have them ranked that high. And Sneed, still a great talent. I'd have him in the top 150, 140. But I could definitely see him pulling the trigger after this self-guided tour on Sunday and Monday. And he's also heading up with his coach. His coach, BJ Payne, will be with him, who's good friends with Marcus Freeman. McKay Martinez is the final guy on this list. And I was really debating between who would be 10th. I was originally going to do 8 players, but I decided to move it up to 10. So I decided to include McKay because he's been to campus twice. I believe he came up for the Navy game and then maybe the Boston College game the year before. His mom is a massive Notre Dame fan. A little bit like Deion Colsey's recruitment. All the Southern SEC, ACC powers are all over him. But then the mom might help in the end. Now, this is between Clemson and Notre Dame at this point. Florida had a lot of early buzz. Auburn, Florida State had some as well, but I'm really liking Notre Dame at this point in time. I don't think he needs another visit to commit to Notre Dame. He's fine with going away from home. His top 2 schools are decently far away, but I just don't think he's ready to commit right now. I was not expecting him to make a commitment until probably this fall, late summer, but Kamari Rogers, Jair Brown, those 2 guys might be ready to commit sooner than McKay Martinez. And to be honest, if Kamari Rogers and Jair Brown commit, let's say, in the next coming 2 or 3 months, and McKay is not ready to make a commitment somewhere, I don't think Notre Dame has a spot for him. I don't think he's as targeted and heavily valued as Jair Brown and Kamari Rogers. So for that reason, I think there's going to be some pressure on McKay Martinez to commit in the next month or so before Jair Brown and Kamari Rogers would eventually make their commitments. Now, yes, Jair Brown is committed technically to Ohio State, I wouldn't put too much thought on that, though. I think he's more of an uncommitted prospect. He's had Ohio State in his bio as a commit on and off. I don't put much thought into that. I really judge him as an uncommitted prospect. But at this point in time, I could see Nikkei Martinez pulling the switch, getting some pressure from Mike Mickens and Marcus Freeman. Now, I'm not going to say Notre Dame will take 4 corners. I think Kamari Rogers is an obvious take. I think Jair Brown might be as well. But we will see. I'm not the one making the numbers. I'm not inside the Goog judging this stuff. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I will quickly go back to the 10 prospects that I covered. Confident with all these guys. Hayden is I'm 50-50 on. Westlock really confident on. Winston confident. Stays super, super confident. Bradshaw, we'll see what happens numbers-wise. And then Nuafit Hulimaka, I am extremely confident on. That's the video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I respond to all comments, and that is it. Peace.